What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I just want to let you guys know what we talk about here is not a suggestion for you to buy, sell, hold, or trade any of your stocks, any of your crypto, or anything that we talk about on this channel. Now that we got that out of the way, let's enjoy the intro and then let's get at it.
Ain't playing no games, yeah. All night we making them trades, yeah. Hold on for the life I'm saying, yeah. Hold on for the life I'm saying, yeah.
People have asked, so I figured I would do it. I'd give you my review on the Tera project, the Terarium project, where they are, where I think they're headed. I'm going to take you through their utilities, what I think is great about their utilities, where I think they could be doing a little bit better for the token holders, and some updates from the AMA that was done a couple days ago. Dust is kind of settled, had some time to think about it, so figured I just give you guys kind of what you were asking for, and give you my views on what's going on. So this is the Tera website here. As you can see, they have ticker going across the top here. They have their white paper here that you can download and read. Um, some token stuff here, where you can check them out, where they're listed at, Dex Tools, Coin Market Cap. So there's that. So the Terra Pool, this was their first utility for the Terrarium, the Terrarium team as a whole. This utility, it was put out to assist different projects with launching projects, helping them launch projects, helping them, you know, people who have had an idea actually get their idea off the ground and actually launch a token, and the Terra team would assist them and take them through that process. And also, there's a spot on there where it's a GoFundMe type of deal where people could go on there, do some GoFundMe like stuff, and use cryptocurrency or stable coins as payments. They came out with a V1 website. Then they came out with a V2 website. So they upgraded the website. There is no tokens currently listed on the Terra Pool or any GoFundMe's or fundraising events on there. The Terareum team has said that they were going to be onboarding some new tokens, new fundraisers that they have. So I guess they're onboarding them. Where I think this is a good idea. It's a great idea. It's a launch pad. Is it innovative and different? No, there's a bunch of launch pads out there now. I still struggle a little bit with finding out how the Terra Pool launch pad is any different than anybody else's. They say it's a little bit cheaper, a lot cheaper than the other launch pads, but I guess we'd have to talk to some devs that tried to get on the Terra Pool or is getting on the Terra Pool to see exactly how that works. So how so do I think that this can work? Yes, I think this can work. Do I think it's a good utility? We have to wait and see. We have to wait and see for them to actually utilize the utility in order for it to be a utility. Um, how does it benefit the token holders? It really does not benefit the token holders at all. This is a no benefit to the token holders other than the Terrarium's name itself being out there a little bit more. I think that they should have did a little bit more for token holders when it came to the Terra Pool. They could have allowed people that held a certain level of Terra, a certain number of tokens, to be able to be first, second, third into pre-sales for the tokens that launched, depending on how many tokens you hold of Terrarium. and that would have allowed, it would have made people hold who wanted to be in the pre-sale, and that would have also built the floor for terrarium. It would have helped with building a floor for Terareum because people that wanted to participate in the pre-sales would have held on to the tokens. You don't have to spend your tokens in order to participate, but it would have, you could have bought the token in ETH or whatever, but you should have, had to hold a certain level of terrarium to be able to participate in the Terra um, pre-sales. So that's one way that they could have bettered the project itself for the token holders. Sorry, I just flipped through here. So that's the Terra pool. That's kind of where they are at. The Terra exchange. This is the centralized exchange. The team is putting together right now. It says that from what we're hearing, they're concentrating on Dubai, the, the United States, and India. They say that they have licenses ready to go in Dubai and India and the United States. Um, Not a lot of information has been shared with the community in regards to the licensing process. There is some questions in regards to the licensing. I know here in the United States, you have to be licensed in every state in order to operate an exchange. I'm from New York, and I know that only certain exchanges can operate in the state of New York because they're the only ones who have licenses, and so each state is different. So we need more information about how they're going to roll this out. As you can see, here's the interfaces for the exchange. It seems to be a very, if these are they say that these are screenshots of the actual exchange. The trading platform looks to be very good trading platform. A lot of information there for traders. It looks to be a well put together platform, and they've kind of replicated some other trading platforms and kind of made a little bit of good and other ones and put it all into theirs. um, but there is still a lot of secrecy in regards to the licensing of where we're gonna actually launch these exchanges at, and there will be a couple different exchanges that they're going to launch in different countries, obviously. So like it's kind of like Binance US and Binance. You have to split them due to regulation. But we need some clarity as to how we're going to roll this out and where we actually are as a licensing, and especially here in the United States, like what states are we going to start with, and what states are we not going to, because this is going to be a big deal. How does this benefit the token holders? It really doesn't. Centralized exchange, they make their money off of buys and sells on their platform, not necessarily anything that has to do with the token itself. So this is really a Terrarium LLC type of venture here, which is building their business and building their so that they can make payroll and all that stuff. So they're actually building their business with these first two utilities. The exchange obviously will be available on Android, Apple, and your computer. So it's kind of where we're at with the exchange. Social media stuff there. Um, Coming back down here to the Terrarium exchange a little bit more. You can buy, sell on crypto, deposit, withdraw crypto, stake and lend crypto. Um, you can store crypto, obviously. Um, they're going to launch new tokens, and they're going to Terrarium card. This is the TerraPay that they're working on. They're working on actually coming out with their own credit card, their own payment system. So um, again, not a lot of information on that, so we don't really know where that is. The Terrarium NFT exchange. I seen a tweet not too long ago that this was actually ready to go and probably be the second utility to drop before the centralized exchanges. Not a lot of information on this either. It looks to be, from what I can see, a basic NFT exchange. Buy, sell, hold NFTs on there. So I mean, there's really not a lot of excitement here. But I think that this is basically their first step into the centralized exchange, is setting up this NFT exchange. So I believe that this is ready to go probably before the centralized exchange, from what I understand. Um, Again, benefit to the token holders. Uh, not any benefit here. Still, this is a centralized type of exchange deal where Terrarium LLC is really being benefited off of the buy, sells, and transactions of NFTs. Not a lot to do with the token holder. So, and here's their team. You have Milton, Dr. Romana, uh, Dr. William, and Dr. Praveen as a senior advisor. So that is a little bit overview of their website and their utilities, and kind of what Terrarium is all about. So now I'll tell you guys kind of where I think Terra is as a project. As a project, I believe Terra has some very good and some things that they need to work on. Some questions that need to be answered from the community. They did hold a town hall AMA style Twitter space the other day. There was some questions that were asked, very point blank to the dev team, that were not answered. They were politically answered, not really answered with good clarity. And this has been one of the biggest concerns with Terra over the past couple months, is their communication with the community, how they communicate, and where they're actually at as a project. In my website review, I did touch on a little bit of the licensing issues that are going on right now in the community. The conversations, they haven't really come out and said, you know, what types of licenses they have. They keep saying they have licenses in Dubai, India, and the United States, but they haven't said what type, and in the United States, what states, which has raised a lot of questions with the community. Um, Also, there's questions that were answered from Milton in regards to the deployer wallet, and why funds were released out of the deployer wallet of millions of dollars. And this was done, he said, to pay staff and to pay market makers. Um, I believe him and don't believe him at the same time. I think that there's a lot going on behind the scenes that the community doesn't really know. Maybe there's some things that we just shouldn't know, because there's a lot of stuff that cannot be discussed with the community. But I think we needed a little bit more of an explanation of what we had, because by releasing them tokens back into supply, it actually inflated everybody's bags. So I think that the community probably should have had some better answers to them questions. Also, there was a tweet put out by the Terrarium team, Milton himself, um, basically coming after another token and disrespecting them, calling them the Monkey Project. I find that to be disrespectful. They wanted to list on the Terra pool, and influencer, Awesome Austin, who reached out to them, didn't get a response because they emailed the wrong. He emailed. They say he emailed the wrong email address, when that's the email address that they gave him, and they didn't forward the emails so that they could list the project on their Terra pool, which has no projects listed. So that just didn't make sense. It just didn't add up for me. Um, Now, for somebody else, it very well may have, but for me, it didn't. Um, and I think, also in that tweet, they talked a lot about the influencers that they used. to launch Terra and to gain all the holders that they had, and make no doubt, without the YouTube influencers like Ozzy Austin and like Rodney and like Believes and like Patrick, and people like that, they never reach 10,000 holders. And he basically said that he didn't need the YouTube influencers. Well, it's, you know, you don't get to where you're going and not use the influencers that you used. They came from another project. They use the exact same influencers that the other projects used. Well, not the exact same, but you know, they all kind of were on the other project at one point and took the same roadmap. So I don't understand why he said that. And I think that we owe these guys a little bit of respect to get to Terrarium to where they were, to where they are. I mean, um, so, I didn't get warm and fuzzy about that, and I didn't like the fact that um, in that space either, RD Price, and we can talk about RD Price as our marketing guy, and I'm not quite sure what he does, and I think the community kind of feels the same way I do. I mean, it seems like to me if he's getting paid, per tweet, per retweet. That's really not what we need from outreach and a marketing guy. So, you know, RD's RD, and good luck marketing there. And I just think that this community needs some healing. Um, the Terra community needs to heal. The Terra community needs answers. I do not believe that Milton's the guy to heal the community or give them answers. I think there's other people on the team that can communicate better with the community and understand what the community is asking for. I don't think that Milton has showed himself to be community, a guy that can really relate to the community and bring the community along. Um, that's my take on everything that I've sat back and watched. So that's where I stand on Terra right now. Let me tell you the good that I think Terra has. I think Terrarium and Terra Terrarium is a project that, if they execute the roadmap and they execute it the way that it's laid out, and they do the things that they actually say that they're going to do, the project has the ability to be successful. I think to be in this stage of the crypto market and be able to invest in a token um, that is getting ready to be a centralized exchange, and then a blockchain, um, and where that blockchain comes into play is where the real terrarium token holders will see the value of their token. I think it is something kind of unique in this space right now. You don't see a lot of that. So if they can actually pull it off and they can actually do it, the project be successful. Should be successful. They're going to have a lot of challenges to get there with the community and the token holders. The token holders make the project. And at the end of the day, you need token holders, and you have to take care of your token holders until you're able to get to that exchange, that blockchain. Um, that blockchain, I mean, yeah, you have to get to that blockchain to where that token becomes very valuable. And the question right now is, what is in it for the token holders to hold until that point? I hold. I have two significant bags in Terra. I'm holding. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see how this thing unfolds for a little while. Um, but I think we got to get to that exchange, that blockchain piece, and the community deserves better until we get there. We went through the utilities. The utilities are there. Um, there's ways that they could have benefited the token holder when they created the utility, but they're there. Um, Terra Pool, they got to get that thing moving. There's just no excuse why there's not tokens or why there's not. charities on there using that already. There's no excuse for that. Regardless of what they say, there's just no excuse for that. When they first launched it, they said they had a whole bunch of projects that were already ready to be onboarded, and we got nothing. So that's where I stand. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna hold for a little while. I'm gonna see what happens. I hope that they can get somebody out in front of this community that has good community skills and good communication skills, and that can come to these spaces and come to these AMAs and do things with people that actually know about the project. I think that's important. It doesn't have to be Milton. It doesn't have to be somebody from the dev team. It just has to be somebody that knows what's going on, that can communicate with the community. If they don't, they're going to continue to lose token holders. Um, if and I'm not going to tell you the numbers. You guys can go back and look at them yourself. If you look at the number of wallets that were in a month ago, 2 months ago, versus that are in now, they're losing holders, and it's all about how the community, how they're dealing with the community. So that's my take. That's my recap of the AMA. Not a video I enjoyed making, but you guys asked.